Yes. Welcome to another Ropes podcast. And today podcast, we're on a life journey. Journey with Roxanne Benjamin Fenty, aka Roxy, Ming, Lee, born in Brixton, South London. You're a radio DJ, flamboyant. Personality, your style is as unique as a sparkle in your eyes.
Oh, thank you.
Okay, you're coming from a Caribbean background. That's why dancehall and reggae is your specialty. Okay, and you've been playing all over the place. You used to be a dancer.
Yes.
You're a very good dancer.
You can't forget that because you used the video.
But you disappeared for a while. But we will get into that life journey. But I just want to welcome you to Ropes Podcast.
Thank you for having me.
We'll have a beautiful evening with you, the ever-loving Ming. Okay?
Yeah.
And I just want to tell you that you look beautiful today.
Thank you.
Okay? So, Ming, welcome to Ropes Podcast again. And
thanks for having me again because, you know, it's been a long time coming.
And always the evening.
I'm grown now, innit?
Yep. Yes. You tell me.
It's been long. Even my evening long.
Okay, so we actually coming out of lockdown now, and everybody's been smiling again because we've been locked down for 1 year and almost 6 months.
Who locked down for 1 year and what?
Well,
not me. Work. I'm still working. Still a radio. Do you get what I mean? Things still have to happen for some of us. So I haven't really been isolating or anything like that, to be honest.
Okay. Well, this is your life journey, and we're gonna talk about it. And
yeah, I'm ready.
You'll be elaborating about your life because we haven't seen you for years. So where you been?
Because I haven't been on my head top, that's why. So it's a difference. I'm not jumping and splitsing and doing them things.
We're gonna get back into it and get back into the reason you stopped dancing, the reason you find a different journey.
Yeah.
Family life take over and everything. So, Ming, let's relax, sit down, drink some water. It's a long evening.
Yeah, come on, not dry.
Okay. As we say, you grew up in South London.
Yeah, Brixton.
You're a Brixton girl. Okay, you're 30 years of age now.
Just turned
30. How do you feel to be 30?
Do you know what? It's a proper eye opener. And I must say, in my 20s, was more rational. And even though I've been 30 for a couple of weeks, I think logical now. Do you get what I mean? I'm more grown mentally. I'm more ready to take on certain ventures, and I'm even ready to sit here and be open with you on certain subjects. Do you get what I mean? So, yeah, I feel more mature, just more adult life. Yeah.
Well, you're 30, so you're supposed to be mature. You understand? All right. Take us back on the journey. You start to come to dance and dancing at 13.
Do you remember that?
I didn't know your age. But when I read your bio, I was like, huh. Oh my God. That was my reaction. Oh my God, at 13. Why?
Why what?
Why were you dance? Why were you allowed to come to dance at that age?
Do you know what it was? Yeah, when I was going to school, there was more popular girls than me in school. Yeah, and I never really had my thing in school. Everyone, you know, girls always had their thing, and I went to an all-girls school, so it was overridden, and girls had their thing. I didn't really have my thing until I started dancing. But the dance in school was very meaty, It's watered down. It's not of my culture. Until like at the weekends, I'm at a party or a family gathering and we're doing some form of jiggy or chaka chaka, shanko dip. Do you get what I mean? And that was my thing. And I thought, okay. And I always had friends that were older than me, going raving and stuff like that. So after school, I always used to just linger and then just end up in a club. Always the way. My mum always used to cuss me. Roxanne, where you going? We can't, just always. So I wasn't allowed to. But I was just unruly from early, and that was my thing. It was a hobby for me.
My next question was going to be, where was your parents?
Yeah.
So you let out a 13-year-old girl at the time.
No. Nobody never let me out.
Especially the club at Whispers and...
No, I used to break down doors and go myself. Even securities didn't want to let me in, but because of my talent, and I was so good, I don't even mean to blow my own trumpet, ropes, you know. Do you get what I mean? It was the entertainment. I used to come and entertain. I wasn't just winding up, neither. It was the man them dance that I loved doing the most. So I was just an entertainer from early.
Okay, you share stage with Shelly Belly, Sample 6.
Yeah, do you remember?
Mad Michelle, those dancers, those are like with Bogles and one of the first set of dancers that make an international. Letitia, you was there with them in the middle. You were on every show with them.
Boise.
You was all over the place with them, and I still shocked that you were 13 at the time.
Yeah.
And did you beat the securities?
I didn't. I just built up that respect. It's from like even though they didn't like me, it's like.
Who didn't like you?
I was really bad. I was meaning not like me as, who's this little girl? Why is she here? All right, come in car. You're safe inside. Do you get what I mean?
Okay.
They rather that.
They rather have you inside.
Yeah. Even though like a couple of them knew who my dad was, so they would rather me be around them. No one used to trouble me in any form or way. I was just a young girl, entertaining, dancing. I wasn't drinking, I wasn't smoking. Do you get what I mean?
Yeah.
I was just dancing.
You were conscious all the time.
It's very weird that I wasn't drinking and smoking at that time, because now it's a different type of sitting.
I'm happy you wasn't drinking and smoking at the time, because God knows where you would have.
That would have been a whole different story. I probably wouldn't be sitting here right now. Do you get what I mean? At such an early age, consuming.
Wow.
Them kind of things.
You make a name for yourself in dancing. You were the better dancer in England. You got Nanny and some other girls who were dancing and competed for the crown. And England dancers used to compete with each other.
Yeah.
So it was really hard to make a name in England, but you done well.
Yeah, but I didn't. I made a name, but I didn't hold that and run with it. I let dancing go.
Okay, the problem I have with England dancers, all of them didn't really create their own dance. They were always following the dance from Jamaica. And why is that?
Do you think that's where we went wrong?
I think that's where, I think so. I think the platform was there. England dancehall scene was building, was really vibrant. The hype was there, because if you notice, like, most of the place smuggle themselves off England.
Yeah, definitely.
The flossing, the dancing, the clothes, the this, the that. But the dancers missed a beat.
Yeah, we did.
They wasn't doing their own style. So if you should dance again, would you be more creative in your own style?
Most definitely, but I feel like it will always resort back to like people who inspired us, i.e. Ding Dong. Do you get what I mean? We would always take dances, but I'm sure Sneaky's made up dances before.
Who?
Sneaky, remember Sneaky?
Yeah.
So Ever Hype dancers.
All right, Ever Hype.
Remember Ever Hype? We used to do Ever Hype. We used to do, but we never ran with it to the point where I reckon if dancing was about now and we have the UK dancehall artists, merge that together, we would have something.
So, all right. What do you think about the UK dancehall scene now? What you see?
We really have to jump in on that now.
Let's quickly.
There's a lot of strengths. There is a lot of strengths, but at the same time, there's a lot of weakness weighing everybody down or individuals down. There's a lot of people that's doing it. So you've got talent, but not everybody can be an artist. They've just got the talent. They haven't got the artist look and approach about them. Do you get what I mean? So there's only that's why some people can sing. No, that's why some people can songwrite, but they're not singers.
Okay.
Do you get what I mean? Some people are choreographers, but they're not dancers because they might have the talent, but there's only so far it can go.
Okay.
So some people are talented, like, I don't even want to call no names.
No.
They can sing, but unfortunately, that's about it because they haven't got the artist quality. Being an artist is a package.
Yeah.
Do you get what I mean? You have to have it all. You can't just be able to just go and sing. You have to have a stardom about you.
Okay. I must apologize for the AC haven't been installed.
Don't worry about that.
It's a little bit hot in
we're
here.
cool.
So, yeah. All right. So, why did you stop dance?
I got pregnant. So I had a baby girl, Shemai. She's 13, gonna be 14 this year.
How old were you when you had
16.
The first time?
16.
16. And what was life like getting pregnant at 16?
Do you know what, yeah? And it's so funny because I'm 30 now. I literally sailed through it. So even now, like, I never knew about options. That never came to my head. When I done the test, I'm pregnant. It's happening. We're doing this. Do you get what I mean? So I just sailed through it, blasé. Nowadays, people get pregnant, they do baby showers, do you get what I mean? I never done none of that.
Because you get pregnant, you disappear off the dance scene completely.
Not completely. Because remember, I was still out and people was like, be a mother, be a mother. So I was still around, but at the same time, I just wasn't so engaged or so active.
Okay, when you look at your name was calling all over the place, you was on every selector's lip, you were vibes in for them, give them these vibes to bust the dance them and everything. And when you go to a party now and they don't even acknowledge you, how does that make you feel? Some
do, I must say. So big up Law Squad. Mix, he always does because he's known me since I was before I had kids, and it's always them people that are foundation to me because they've known me before I've had kids. So that's even before I had kids is before I even knew myself. Do you get what I mean? So I never feel away because I know now it's like a new revolution has come into the scene. So I've always, it's like my name's been passed down because people will call me Ming now, but back then they was calling me Chinese. Do you get what I mean? So the new generation, they call me Ming, but the old, they still call me Chinese. Fire, young ones, they still call me Chinese. I'll go out sometimes and they'll be like, Chinese. I'm like, really? Mikey still calls me Chinese. So I do get acknowledged and I don't mind, because if you don't rate yourself, then nobody's gonna rate you. And everyone knows I rate myself.
Okay, so you have your first child. What was the family support like?
I must say that's one of the main reasons why I kind of got through in it. My mum, she's very tough love. So she was probably like, you're doing this. And I'm happy my mum gave me that way where she taught me, you've made your bed, time to lie in it. That was my mum's way. Go and learn the hard way, learn for yourself. So that was always her way of being with me. If I'd made a decision, I could always come to her when I've failed, and we will reason on where I went wrong, and I'll learn the lesson, not to do it again. But because I always thought I was my own big woman, she said, okay, go on. So I love the fact that my mum's given me the tough love, because now it's made me the strong woman I am today.
Okay, good. All right. In 2008, you stopped dance completely, right? Because of childcare.
Yeah, that's when I had my second daughter.
You have your second, then you get pregnant for your second daughter. Was it for the same dad?
Really, Ropes? You're not gonna ask me that. It wasn't for the same, no. It wasn't for the same.
So the relationship breakdown with the first dad.
Yeah.
Okay. And then boom, fell pregnant again.
Yeah. I'm crazy.
Crazy.
Yeah, because do you know what? It's so mad, because out of all my friends, and I'll be so honest with you, like, because I was so interested in dancing, most of my friends were sexually active from young. I wasn't. All I cared about dancing. I didn't care about, do you get what I mean? So I was the first to get pregnant out of all my friends, but I was probably the last to be sexually active. It was crazy. And then for it to happen, boom, boom, because my daughters are, so one turns 14 this year, and then December, the next one turns 13. Do you get what I mean? It's like literally a break, like a year between each other. So yeah, it was shocking. I just think my family's like that. What's the word? What's the word again?
I don't know which word you're looking
when you get pregnant quick. Like, there's a word, I can't think of it now, but yeah.
Anyway, you get pregnant for your new partner. Life changed now.
Oh, completely.
Life sweet.
No, not sweet. Not sweet.
So tell me, to walk me through your life.
Well, from 2008.
From 2008. We finished with the dancing now. You're turned mommy now.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're mommy Ming now.
When I had Shemai, I must say I was still kind of immature, because I was still young. Career-wise, I didn't know what I was doing. Remember, I'm a teenager, so I'm not growing into my full self. Then I've met this guy now. He's come into me and Shemai's life, and he's basically a man. He's the same age as me, but a man. He's come into the household. He's doing everything. We're a family. Honestly, if you ask my friends now, I should be married, house with this guy, because we were so settled from young. But that's when I say you don't know what's going on in the household. I won't speak on too much, because I would never want to disrespect the father of my daughter. Do you get what I mean? I would never want to do that. But at the same time, we was both young. We didn't know what we wanted, dealing with emotional stuff, trauma. He was dealing, and you know, men are the worst, to be dealing with stuff, years of stuff bottled up.
So he come with his own...
his own baggage. And I feel like now I know when I'm getting into a relationship, I got to be my 100% whole self, happy and everything, because I know when it went wrong in that relationship. And then suddenly I just fell pregnant.
Wow.
He was very controlling. I will say that he was a controlling man. He didn't want me to go out. He absolutely hated my friends. It was a domestic. It was a domestic.
All right, let's cut there. Let's go for a first.
Hey guys, welcome back to Ropes' podcast. You're here with your girl, Katie in Paris, also known as Virtuous Go Getter. Stay true, stay locked, and remember, generational wealth. Mwah.
Welcome back. We're on the Ropes podcast with our good dancer,
Ming.
ever loving,
sometimes
shiny eye girl.
Sometimes.
So, all right, man. You was in an abusive relationship. This is with your second child, father.
Yeah.
Okay. How abusive was it?
Physical, mentally, yeah, pretty much everything.
Man,
When you look back,
how much kids you got?
2 girls.
2 girls.
Yeah.
Okay. So, when you say physical,
Violent.
very violent.
Yeah, that's why. You see, if women don't heal from being in an abusive relationship, it festers terribly. Do you get what I mean? And I didn't heal from that for a very long time. And I became very aggressive. Very aggressive.
Okay.
So, yeah.
How did you get out of it?
I said I want to go out. He didn't like it. I remember the day. And what you need to remember is as well, because as much as I didn't want to be in there, I didn't know nothing better. Do you get what I mean? Because he was in my oldest daughter's life since she was born. Well, 6 months. Her first words was dad to him. Yeah. And that was one main reason why I stayed in the relationship, because it was a nice, happy home for not just myself, I thought of her. Okay? So that's why it lasted so long, because of the love I saw him give her. I loved that. And I wanted to go out. This is how it ended. I wanted to go out. He didn't like it. So I just kicked him out. But after many times kicking him out, like, you put your hands on me, get out.
What, he put his hand on you?
Yeah, like, constantly after time.
So constantly police was in your life and police was...
Oh, yeah, the whole shebang. The whole, like, yeah.
And how old were you now?
When I'm going through this, 17, 18. Yeah.
But that's way too young to...
But this is what I mean with the industry, yeah? UK dancehall, yeah? Because there was many people enabling this behaviour. Do you get what I mean? And today we're like, bona fire upon a man that beats up a woman, but back then you lot was enabling it. There's many people that used to come to my house and see him being abusive. Do you get what I mean? That's why now I'm like,
okay,
people's morals are wrong and in the wrong places. Do you understand what I'm saying?
So did your parents know you were going through this abusive relationship?
Not as such.
You hide it away from you?
Yeah. Even my dad said to the other day, like, my dad knocks himself constantly. He's like, Rox, if I ever knew you was going through this. My dad's a man, he will go back to jail for me in a heartbeat. Because his time's done. He ain't got nothing really out here. So for him to go back to jail, he always runs this joke. Listen, if he goes back to jail, it's cheap. He's 3 meals a day. He's good. So he always says, if I ever knew you was going through that.
So with all this was going on, no one reached out to both of you?
Yeah, like, my friends knew, but remember, he's controlling me mentally. So any advice my friends are telling me, I'm like, I'm shutting them off. I lost many friends because of this guy. Many. I lost myself. Do you get what I mean? So once I do that, me and my mum also would catch up because of him. Like, you need to understand, these men of that caliber, dangerous. Especially, not so much physical, but mentally, when they control you.
Okay. Are you in a relationship now?
No, I'm single. Okay. And celibate.
So since you left, you and this guy, your partner, split up, you haven't been back in the next relationship?
Yeah, I've been in relationships and stuff, but I haven't.
Commit.
Yeah, I just attract some different guys. I don't know why.
Is it hard for you to commit?
It's not hard for me to commit. I don't trust easy. I'm very I don't trust, and I just attract. I don't.
When you say attract, like violent type?
Yeah, violent, drug dealers. Do you get what I mean? And once you're a drug dealer, consciously, you're not thinking. Do you get what I mean? Because if you're able to do certain things and know where that money's coming from, then consciously you're off. I'm a conscious woman. I'm a God-fearing woman. So certain men that I was seeing and involved with, I had no business being involved with them because their energy and my energy, it will clash. Okay. Do you get what I mean? Because it's not for me. But now that I've hit 30, I've realised that. Do you get what? Which is, it's nice.
Let's go back a little bit. You finished school. You did well at school.
Yeah, I would say that.
Did you go to college?
Yeah, I went to college. I went to uni. Okay. But even with college, he didn't I don't like calling him baby father because this is really ghetto. The father of my daughter. Yeah. He didn't even want me to go to college. So I went to actually be a forensic scientist. Do you get what I mean? So that was my main passion.
You're still young.
Yeah, but there's no creativity in that. Do you get what I mean? I'm a creative. So he didn't even want me to go and study that. He made me quit college. I dropped out of doing that. That's how bad it was. He actually called my friend one day and said, get her out of that class. That's how controlling he was. So I'd done that, and then but I continued to always, I'm an ambitious person, so I would always continue to pursue something, whether it's education or some form of work.
Okay, so was you hiding and pursuing your education?
No, I wasn't, never hiding.
Okay, because if he wanted to get out of class, how did you end up?
Oh, hiding from him and telling, yeah. There was times, definitely, where I'll go to college and he wouldn't even know that. Yeah. One time he even came to the college, because I used to go to Carl Shorten. He even came there, and obviously he thinks I'm not there. And I had to hide and stuff. It was so weird. Today I would never do that.
I'm trying to visualize that relationship where someone want to better themselves and somebody's hiding. It was
so toxic. Toxic. Like, oh, I wouldn't be in something like that now.
Wow. So is that why you're scared to commit to a next relationship?
No, I don't think that's the issue. I I just feel like nowadays, I know what I want. So not only do I stay single, but I stay celibate. I'm not sleeping with guys for what? Do you get what I mean? I'm draining my energy. I'm pouring into something that I'm not receiving nothing from.
Okay. Let's go to November 2016. Do you remember that year? That you lost a very close friend. You went into depression. You almost go crazy.
I think that was my dad always says that, you know what, Rox, you're a ticking time bomb. You're a walking ticking time bomb. And even though I had radio, it's like my brothers in Brixton and people like that, they saved me. Because it was being around them and being around that love that actually saved me, because losing Della, he's foundation for me. And you remember him, do you get what I mean? And the way he was taken, and I just spoke to him, lost words, even to this day.
He was murdered.
Yes, so that's what I'm saying. He was taken. Do you get what I mean? He wasn't sick. It wasn't an accident. Someone physically took him from not only my life, many people lost him that day. Do you get what I mean? And yeah, that's why, again, I lost myself. Because I asked, why him? Why him? Today, I asked that. Why him? It don't make sense to me.
How close was you and Della?
Very close. Like so he used to go Kingsdale. Furthermore, his brother, 40, Cedric, was like one of my best friends in school. When we was younger, I was about 10. I got knocked over on Roton Road. You know Dexter's? So I got knocked over. And when I opened my eyes, Mother 40's face was the first I saw. So I was very close with them, very close. And we was even close to the point where Della was one of the people that knew about my abusive relationship with my youngest's dad. Do you get what I mean? He was one of the people that I can speak to. We was really, really, really close. So the fact that I haven't got that relationship nowadays, yeah.
Okay. You went into depression. How hard was that for you to come out of depression? Do you want to talk about it?
Yeah, I don't mind, because it wasn't that hard, because, as I said, I knew Keno well. And one thing about him, he was a worker, yeah? He worked so hard. And so that November 2016, I stopped doing radio, because I was doing radio for a year before that. When I spoke to him, that was my last show. Because obviously when I woke up the next day, I had found out what had happened. So for about 2 months, just in the house, I even shaved my hair, like zzz, chopped off, right, gone. So that was November, December. January is when I just started working ropes. And when I mean working like 80 hours a week, do you get what I mean? And this is all because I'm trying to cover up the issue. Working. But in the time I'm working, I'm losing myself. Do you get what I mean? So then...
And anyone around you realized that you were
depressed? No. And this is the thing with mental health now. That's why I'm so strong by myself, because I'll get depressed today, go home, deal with it, and then come out of it.
A lot of people are going to be shocked seeing this interview come out and see that you were at this stage and they didn't know.
Yeah, like 100%. Or maybe I had a friend, he noticed. But you see, one of those people that's so of themselves. So he's got the money, he's got cars, he's got all of that. So he'll be like, I'm coming from work, you know, literally coming to meet him, just quickly. Why do you look like this? What do you mean? Not, Rock, are you good? Do you get what I mean? Remember, I've just come on to meet him, so I'm flinging on anything. But your first reaction is, why do you look like this? I will never forget that.
So that's
you don't know how I'm actually feeling emotionally. Do you get what I mean? A lot of people did reach out because they knew me and Dilla's relationship. They knew how much, like, he's one of them guys, you know, nowadays, if you snap, like, he would always be on my snap, or I would always be with him. I worked at the town hall at the time. I remember he was always in Brixton. So I would always buck up on him on my break, or, oh, Keno, buy me a food, or he'll bring it, drop it. Do you get what I mean? So people knew the relationship that we had. But at the same time, what was that, 5 years? Mental health wasn't really spoken about, or depression, because I wouldn't put myself under a mental health category because I always know how to manage it. There's people in much worse situations than myself. But it was definitely a lot of people played a blind eye and they would wonder why does she move like that with me now? That is why.
So how was the kids coping at the time?
The kids have always been girls. The girls have always been good.
Okay.
Always.
So
because my mum is the biggest support, but at the same time, I'm a sensitive person. Okay. She comes from tough love. I can't call my mum's phone crying. She'll be like, Roxanne, go ball and call me back. Do you get what I mean? That's how she is. So I had to.
Is it because the way she grows?
Yeah, and that's what I've realized. You see, my parents' generation, they've been through stuff before me.
Where your mum from?
She's so my mum's side is St. Kitts and Dominican. Mm-hmm. My dad's is Bayesian and Jamaican.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's whole Caribbean.
But my mum is British.
Yeah.
So
they're the first generation.
Yeah.
Second generation.
But on top of it, my mum and dad support Tottenham. So understand do you get what I mean?
I still don't see the connection, but
you get what I mean? You don't even see the connection. My mum's a proper Cockney person.
Okay.
Do you get? And then she will, like me. So we're well spoken on the front, and then we'll switch up, and then I'll speak patois. Well, you're such a yardie. Then my white friends will be like, you're such a yardie. Then the yardies will be like, what to this white girl? Do you get what I mean? I can't win. And that's the same thing with my mum. But yeah, so my mum's always been my biggest support system, biggest. So my girls are always, no matter what I'm going through, my daughters, they're always solid. And that's what I give thanks for.
Okay, Roxanne, you're a great work ethic and keen desire to share your brand message and inspire young people to do and show love, right? Mm-hmm. We over the 5 years experience, you have 5 years experience of supporting festival events. You're a veteran event organizer.
Which people really don't know in that.
Okay. You work with BIFTA, is it BIFTA?
BEFTA.
BEFTA. Who are BEFTA?
So that was British Entertainment, Film, TV.
Okay.
And A stands for something.
You work with charities, Brixton Soup Kitchen.
Yeah, Solomon, pick up yourself.
You host Brixton Splash and Festival.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
And stage show, plus managing and leading large amount of teams of corporate, commercial, yearly events, such as at Wembley Arena and Excel London. You're doing great. So
with those events, that's corporate events, isn't it? Yeah. That's how I've always been able to merge my way from corporate events into community events, shall I say. But I've always realised community is where the heart is. Mm-hmm. Definitely, because I can always go back to Brixton. Okay. If I go back today, I can go to Solomon and be like, do you get what I mean? Mm-hmm. So I always want to put my love, my time, my effort into my community. Okay, Roxanne, Ming, you've been through a rough childhood with up and down. Mm-hmm. You got the part at 13 where you enjoy dancing and you've been everywhere, you become name brand because household name, and then you go to the part where you start to have kids and you go into depression and you get you suffer from abusive relationship. And what do you learn from that for you to teach to the next generation of young people who want to take the part of you travel? What would you say to them? What I tell my daughters, do you get what I mean? Don't force the time. Be a child. Like, love the time that you've got now, because obviously time, if you notice this year, 2021, it's gone quick. Do you get what I mean? So don't be too false ripe. Enjoy your childhood. Also, you see the friends thing? Focus on yourself. If I could just focus on myself in school and not worry about anybody else like what I do now, I reckon I'll be a lot further in life. And I tell my daughters this all the time because they go to an all-girls school and they're 2 sisters. They bitch all the time. So I always tell them, just focus on yourself.
Okay. What would you change about your life?
What now?
No.
Nothing.
No.
I will bring back people that I've lost because I feel like majority of the people that I love and respect highly, they've gone. So that's what makes me this, because as I do radio, but really and truly I isolate myself because I'm not a social person.
Okay. Tell us about the time you went on Capital Extra.
That was when this is when I understood radio well. Was I imposed? Did I get imposed then? No, I don't think I did. But it was like a boot camp. That was one of the best times of my life, apart from having kids. Doing that, being in the mainstream, seeing artists, even artists now, like Western, they were so underground at the time, but now they've blown. Do you get what I mean? So I've seen the growth of artists. Not only that, I've learned music business from some of the biggest names that's worked with the biggest artists. It was definitely an experience, and to this day, the skills I've learned from my mentors, I still use them. So big up my mentor, Funk Butcher. He's a funky house DJ. He used to be on Kiss FM, but he taught me a lot, solid skills that I go onto my pirate stations and I use that. Do you get what I mean?
So how is the radio thing going for you?
Because obviously, you know, UK dance, there's always a fight. They don't really rate us presenters.
Is it because you're a woman?
It might be. It might be. But majority of the time. So I've got my little, I know people, I know artists and stuff. So it's nothing for me to hit them up and be like, oh, send me that track. But with some people, I have to build that relationship. And that's fine. I don't mind doing that. I absolutely don't, because I'm here for that. I'm here for the business of it, building that relationship, building that rapport to the point where when they drop a new tune, I don't even need to tell them, oh, send that to me. Do you get what I mean? It's just in my inbox. So I've actually built that relationship with a few people. But in every industry, there's a fight, whether you're man, woman, dog, puss. Do you get what I mean? There's going to be that, especially when I believe I'm meant to be on this journey.
Okay. I bet you are one of the best mom any daughter could ever have right now.
I try to be, man. You have to ask them that, because boy.
Do you do tough love like your mom?
No. I nurture my girls. I tell them I love them every day. Do you get what? Even though sometimes I have to be onto them because of what's happening now. As I said, I've got a 13-year-old. She's going to be 14.
Do you, whenever you look at your 13-year-old and 14-year-old, and you remember you were out there dancing?
Listen, I have to give her props. Because she's not as bad as me. Do you get what I mean? I have to give it to her. So I give her credit. She's not too false ripe. I see some of the 13-year-olds and stuff like that. And my child, she's blossoming. She's taking her time. She's not rushed, which I love.
Maybe you do all the rushing already, so.
Yeah, like, I feel, and that's a good thing. I went through things because even my dad, my mum, they went through things so me and my sister wouldn't have to. Do you get what I mean? I went through things, so my daughters will never, ever have to.
Is there anything you went through where you want to talk to, with anything dangerous or you'd like the public to know? I got a question.
You're so annoying. You just want a thingy.
Yeah.
What about when my baby father snitched on me? When he snitched on me?
Cut for a second. Let's cut for a second.
Blue Nile South, the restaurant that specializes in seafood dishes. 25 Meeting House Lane, Peckham, SE15 2UN. Open Monday to Sunday, 10 a.m. till 11 p.m. for takeaway and delivery. And now available on Deliveroo, serving breakfast to start your day. Or choose from the daily menu, including yellowtail snapper, butterfish, parrotfish, boneless sea bass, salmon, and many other seafood delights, plus soups, side dishes, desserts, fresh punches, juices, and much more. Blue Nile South. Now available on Deliveroo. Or for takeaway, delivery, and table inquiries, call 0203 859 0346. That's 0203 859 0346. Blue Nile South, the specialist seafood restaurant delivering to your door. Find us on Instagram at Blue Nile South 25.
Welcome back, welcome back. I would say we're on the Ropes podcast, and this is where we level up. This is where we build back our community. But I'm asking you people, like this video, share it, and support the program so we can have more people like Roxanne come on the program and share her story. So share, like, and comment. Okay? Roxanne.
Hey.
Roxanne, you're at a better place now, 100%. Mentally and physically. Okay? Where do you see yourself in the next 5 years?
Well, right now we're in talks with ventures, investors and stuff like that, but I just don't want to rush into anything. I want to mold, like right now I've got my weekly show on WOW FM every Monday, and that's where I do UK dancehall, UK rap. I present it, I have a DJ Lauza, and we just promote UK dancehall and UK rap. I really want to mold that more. I want to build up on my skills in radio presenting. I absolutely do, and want to take that to another level, whether that be onto another mainstream radio, which I doubt, but music business will always be for me. And then on top of it, I have my talk show 12 till 2 on Monday, WOW FM as well. So radio and just getting more into the music business.
Okay. What about your other passion?
What's that? Dancing. Dancing in my yard.
You won't get back into dancing?
No, where's there to dance? The little headphone parties that's keeping. You know?
It will get better. It will get better.
Never.
Okay.
You reckon?
Let's move on.
Partying is not like back in the day, Robes. Even you know this.
What motivates you?
My daughters.
Yeah?
My daughters.
Okay. Anyway, Roxanne, you keep going, and I listen to you on the radio. You're a good DJ.
Thank you. Okay. I'm a presenter.
You're a good presenter. Is anybody out there, any dancers out there from past or now you want to pick up?
Dancers. Sneaky. That's my girl. You remember Sneaky and the Ever Hype? Brown Man. Joe Fam. Heron. Who else did I used to dance with? Who else? Naz, but she's a church girl now. Who else?
Birthday, epic dancers, them.
Kid Cool.
Kid Cool.
I don't know his birthday. I don't. So Kid Cool, epic them, yeah. Yeah, there was a, but they wasn't my crowd.
Nanny
she wasn't my crowd.
Nanny was a good dancer.
Who else was there? Carl Wayne, remember Carl Wayne? We can't forget Tonya. She came into the Ever Hype afterwards. There was a load of us. I remember, remember the man them from Peckham? They was dancers before they turned bad man. Yeah? You get what I mean? So them two. Limpy, that was my, yeah. Price, yeah. Remember Ziggy? There was so much of us that dancing, it just got watered down. Now everyone's an artist, a DJ.
Okay. Is anything else you wanna tell us? We have a few minutes left. Anything else you wanna say?
No. Just make sure you watch my show, WOW FM 90.4. Every Monday, 12 till 2, we have the talk show where I touch on topics, anything. Last week I spoke on grief. So obviously I've lost so many people, whether it's family, bros being shot, killed, like so much. I touched on that, touch on topics on that nature. Then 4 till 6, I have the Dancehall UK rap show. Yeah, where I just promote up and coming talent. Yeah, so just make sure you guys follow WOW FM 90.4, big station. We've got so much coming up.
So what's your social media?
Presenter Ming, presenter_Ming. Okay. And I only have Instagram. I'm not really a social media person. And yeah, just big up all the UK dancehall artists that are supporting me also, because honestly, without them, I don't really have anything to present. Do you get what I mean? Yeah, so just shout out to everyone that's supporting me, and unity.
Yeah, we have it. People, keep support the young people. Give them the platform, nourish their talents, push them through. There's a lot of stabbings going on in the street right now, because some of these black kids feel like they are lost. They need love and support. Let's support them. Support my podcast. Let me support other people. Let me reach out to them, so we can have more people like Ming to come on the program to talk her life journey. You understand? It's not everybody's life journey is beautiful, but some people are strong to turn it around. So for now, Ming, I just want to give you my love. I just want to tell her to keep holding your head up there and keep striving for your goal.
Thank you. And I appreciate you too, because I've known you since what? I was like 13, 12 in whispers. Yeah, so thank you.
And it's nice to have you on my show.
Thank you. Guidance.
That's a wrap.